Good evening, everybody. I am the Crypto Crow, and today we're going to talk about some crazy shit. I got to be honest with you guys. I was watching the market pretty much all day, and I have just seen just some unexplainable shit going on. And, you know, basically one of the big things that I sold today so far is that I quite literally watched like $25 billion enter the market, bump up everything here, and then within an hour, it was all gone again. What the hell happened? That's what I want to know. I want to know how $25 billion goes into the market, everything gets jumped up, and then it just goes right back. Like, the time that it would take to even do that is odd. Like, there's that, to me, led me to believe, and then it's back up again, you know, by like 10 billion, like boom. Now, this is pure just speculation on my part. I don't know what's happening, but I don't know how. I need to do some digging on this, which I probably should have done to prepare for this video, but I don't know how crypto or CoinMarketCap, I don't know how their data is all calculated at this point. But it was just, it's very, very weird to me just watching the up and down of the market. You know, everything goes up 10%. Volume, you know, market cap's up $20 billion. 30 minutes, 40 minutes later, it all comes right back down. And it's just up and down, but it's everything. It's not just like Bitcoin's going up 10%, everything else is staying stagnant. It's like money that's going in is going into everything. I mean, you can see they're the same patterns. I don't know how this is happening. Any of you guys out there who understand better exactly how this is happening, I would love for you to tell me. Fill me in, because it's just not making sense to me. But anyway, you know, going through the numbers, basically, this whole video is about, you know, the top five. Ultimately, it's the top five. I've got 7 coins that I'm going to talk about, but the top 5 coins to make the most potential return in a shorter period of time when the market makes a comeback, which I do believe it will. It may not be till March. Could be middle of February. Could be tomorrow. But I'm basically writing off everything until March. Probably late March at that. Because if I look at historical charts, I see a downtrend again in March that typically runs for like a week or two. So we as we get into the middle of February, everything that I'm seeing points to, you know, the market kind of recovering. We get into March, and then it takes another shit, and then from there it starts shooting off into the rest of the year. So, but again, historical data to me right now is worth looking into just to give an idea as to what's going on and what to expect. But at no point in history did we have so much going on in the space. You know, we've seen a lot of new money come into the market, pushing the market cap up to $850 billion just to get scared. Excuse me, my second yawn of the evening. Just to get scared and run off and cash out and take their money and run because of the regulation, because of everything that's going on with all these foreign countries and what their regulations are. And look, I personally think, from a long-term perspective, everything that's happening right now, believe it or not, is actually a really good thing, because the foundation is being laid for the future of the space. You know, at first glance, you know, when I first got into crypto, there was no regulation. There was no nothing. It was like EVE Online. It was like everything was just a free-for-all. There was no policing. You know, people were getting scammed. People were making a lot of money. It was anything goes, anything was possible. And, you know, with all of the regulatory bodies that are stepping up in all the different countries, having what I'm sure is going to continue to grow in terms of a policing system or a foundation for policing the space. Let's face it. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that just really aren't that bright, and they do kind of need somebody to watch their back. That's some of what I try to do in this channel. Talking, like, I noticed, like, my security video. What's wrong with you guys? Like, I guarantee you the viewership for this video is going to be 4 times that of the security and precautions video. It's like everybody wants to know how to make the money, but you guys don't seem to give a damn about how to keep it safe. I don't understand that. So, I mean, good on you for watching, but you guys really also need to understand that this isn't just about making money, because it's very easy to lose it in more ways than one. So I suggest you guys watch that video on crypto security and scam precautions and things like that, because I guarantee you guys can watch all these videos that I put out and anybody else puts out about how to make all this money, making, in the best crypto buys, so forth and so on. But one stupid mistake and you've lost it all in 10 seconds. I'm telling you now. I've watched it happen so many times. Watch the damn video. Stop being so damn lazy. I'm telling you, I don't want to see all the work that's being put into, just everything going on, to see somebody lost, their entire life savings that they decided to put into cryptocurrency because they fell for some fake airdrop or I mean, just any of the number of things that could go on. All right. So, and I mean this very seriously, all kidding aside. Now, let's get to the meat. I actually have these coins in order, believe it or not, as to the potential return to potentially be expected. I'm going to go back to the email that I sent myself with my notes, and then we're going to get started. Let's get started. All you guys emailing me to try and review your high yield crap and your mining programs, I swear I'm half tempted to be like, absolutely, send me your Ethereum, send me your coins, and then just not say a word. Because you guys all tell me how big a fan you are of my channel. If you were a big fan of my channel, you'd know I don't even want to touch you. I should like, no, that would still be wrong. I have like 20 that want me to review. I should be like, yeah, absolutely, I'll review it, and then basically just make the reviews like, here, my review is this sucks, and here are all the coins that they paid me, and just like distribute them freely amongst the world. I'll change my channel name to RobinHood. Maybe I'll come up with a RobinHood channel and do just that. All right. Anyway, I don't even know. I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I don't want your stupid high yield mining cloud, whatever the hell you guys are pushing. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to start with number 5, even though I have 7, and I'm going to go into the final 2 at the end. And there are reasons that I picked these coins the way I did. Now, keep in mind, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm just basically formulating. And I have, that's actually number 2. I screwed up there. All right. So let's change this real quick. What do I have? Sweet. That makes me feel good. All right, here we go. First coin, Ethos. So right now, Ethos is sitting at $3.79. Okay. And wow, it's even less than I was. So it just went down a little bit so some of these numbers are going to be a little inaccurate. But most recently, Ethos was at $10.86. Well, not most recently, but it had hit a high of $10.86, somewhere in here. It's hard to find it, but it's in there. So at $10.86, if you're able to buy in at $3.79 and it goes back to where it was, so when the market recovers and everything goes back to normal, you'll basically make a 2.8 times return on your buy-in now. Now, I'm not saying necessarily at the same time to buy any of this right now, because I do not know exactly what's going to be happening over the next couple days, or even the next week for that matter, to be quite frank with you. What I will say is that of all the coins that I have in my portfolio, do you know the ones that I still have significant profit in? The ones I bought at ICO. And that is the thing. If you would have bought Ethos at ICO or any of these coins that I'm talking about, you'd still be making tons of shit. You'd be tons of money. Like there's, that's the thing about ICOs. And, It's a shame. It's a shame that it's so like regulated to the point where like basically American citizens can't buy into these things, because that's where all the money's being made. Luckily, my fund's going to enable me to buy this stuff for everybody, but it's still a pain that you can't go into this stuff on your own. I get it. I get their stance on it, but I also do believe that there are ways to allow the U.S. population to buy into these ICOs. Securities or not. And protect everybody. You know, go after the bullshit ones. Don't just blanket tell everybody, no, you can't touch this, when, you know, maybe 1 in 50 or 1 in 20 even, 1 in 10 even could turn out to be a scam, but that's okay. But, you know, I don't know. I'm not even going to get started on that. Next up, QuantStamp. Now here's the thing too. Ethos to me has significant growth potential over 2018, far beyond its high of $10.86. Ethos, once they launch their application and they start really competing with CoinBase, Ethos is going to the fucking moon, plain and simple. Like I'm waiting for it. I'm anxiously excited about it. But I'm solely basing this top 5 list off of where they have been so far. It's not necessarily based off of where I see them in 3 months, 6 months down the road, though Ethos, I will tell you, is a significant buy right now at $3.79. That's just my opinion. All right. QuantStamp. QuantStamp was at a high of 82 cents. Right now, it's at, 27. I have it marked as 20. So basically, going in right now, if it goes back when the market recovers to around 82 cents, you'd be at almost just about a 3 times return. So it's a little bit more than Ethos. And the beauty of QuantStamp is, and this is, you know, some of these picks are going to be based around your overall budget. I tried to structure this. There are coins that have lost a lot less from their all-time high, or even their high over the past month, and they're not on my list. And they're not on my list for different reasons, because I also want, if a coin looked like it was pumped into an all-time high, I didn't put it on my list, because what's the likelihood of it getting back there? Maybe there is, but if I think that my list is made up of basically coins that I feel the technology or the marketing or like whatever they have going on push them to that all-time high, not because some whale came in and tried to pump and dump it. All right. So QuantStamp is, I think, a pretty good buy. Like basically this list can very easily be used. Like if you were just coming into the market and you were looking to buy into the market now while the getting's good and it's a super bloodbath and, everything's profitable, these coins are ones that I think are not only going to do well to get back to their all-time high, but go beyond that. All right, number 3, IOTA. IOTA right now you can get it at $1.80, which its all-time high was $5.32. Crazy gains, crazy gains. You're basically looking at about a 3x return on that. Okay. So, buying in now, if it gets back to when it gets back to its all-time high, you're looking at a 3x return. So you put in $100, you get 300 out. Hopefully things go well over the next couple months. All right. I get a lot of questions from you guys asking me for specific financial advice, and I tell you all the same thing. I cannot give you financial advice. What I would do, like I had a guy Facebook message me today. I happened to be on Facebook looking around, and I had a guy, he said, "Hey, Jason, I have a lot of money in altcoins right now, but I'm kind of in debt. What should I do? Should I cash out or should I just hold?" And I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like, if it were me, I would hold. Why? You only lose what you sell." Like I see people still to this day who are too goddamn lazy to watch my videos asking me the same shit. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys, I might seem a little shitty today. I'm not really shitty. I'm just, there's so much going on and I still get slammed. If you ask me a question that I know for a fact is answered in my videos, I'm going to ignore you. And then if you run around saying, well, there's no support, It's because you're lazy. And a lot of people who are struggling to find support with things like Profit Trailer, with other stuff, with whatever it is, you get frustrated. And I don't understand why you get frustrated. Just do some homework. That's what this is all about. The majority of what us YouTubers are doing is to try and point you in the right direction, but it's really up to you to educate yourself, and don't just rely on anything that I say or any other YouTuber say. We all want you to educate yourself and not just be handheld and spoon-fed everything, because that's how you lose. So to give you an example, I could teach you how to set up your Profit Trailer. I could. And I could probably do it all in maybe 10 minutes. Then I'm going to have you coming back to me, and you're going to say, well, I got this error, or I got this that happened, or it's not buying fast enough. It only made 3 buys instead of 5 like it did yesterday. What's wrong? And it's just this cascade of shit nobody wants to deal with. That's why we keep trying to tell everybody, read the wiki, and that's the same thing with coins, with crypto. Don't just say, oh, well, I got this top list and I'm just going to buy everything he says. And then if something goes bad, like, well, he said that this was going to do this and this was going to do that. Do your own research, folks, and make your own decisions. This is about education, and this is about literally pointing you in the right direction so that you know kind of what you're looking at. I am big on, kind of having a different train of thought on most things. So yeah, like this whole video may just sound like a big rant, and it's not that I'm really trying to rant. I just want to see more people helping themselves, taking what's offered and running with it, making something, furthering your understanding. I want everybody to look at these coins, and I want you to go in and do a little digging and come to realize some of the other reasons why I picked these coins. I'm not going to spell it all out, okay? I think I am having a bit of a hormonal imbalance today. I'll be honest. I have been kind of up and down, like mood swinging and everything, and I don't know. I am definitely not my jolly self this evening. I am very much a obtuse, absolute, I think, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, next coin on my list, of course, the one and only, and my absolute favorite, Cardano. Now, Cardano's high was $1.26, and this was only weeks after I was talking about it at 33 cents. It had recently hit 30, or maybe it was it 33 cents or 36 cents? I think it was 33 cents, the one I bought in. And then boom, it just started taking off. And I know it didn't have anything to do with me talking about it. It could. I mean, I'm sure I helped, but now I'm seeing more and more people talking about Cardano. Yeah. But this is just a beautiful thing. And I will say, oh my gosh, what the hell is his name? Crypto Grinders. So I watch this guy's videos every now and then, and I really like him, man. I mean, he just seems like, a little Asian guy. I dig his accent, and, he's not a huge YouTuber, but he's just really good content. I definitely suggest you guys to look him up. And he's just stole my damn interview. So when I see him, if I ever see him at a blockchain conference, I'm going to leg kick the shit out of him. I'm kidding. But he just did an interview with, the big cheese, Charles, over at Cardano. And I sat there and watched this interview for 2 hours, and I was like, man, I want to know, when the hell is Cardano going to start pushing and getting ICOs? I want their proof of stake to launch, and I want the ICOs, because I'll buy into them. I'm an ICO guy. I love ICOs. ICO. And man, after 2 hours of just droning on and on, look, Charles, I love you, man, but I mean, Ryan was asking some pretty simple questions, and it was like every question asked was a 20-minute lecture, and it's like, I love listening to this man. I mean, he's absolutely brilliant. Charles, you're brilliant. I'm sure you're probably never going to watch this. It's whatever. But and I'm a huge fan, but there was so much that I wanted to know about that I did not hear covered, because it just took so long to answer everything. Like, if I ever get the opportunity to Charles, I'm going to tell him right up front, all right, look, we're going to keep this interview no more than an hour. I'm going to ask you this list of questions, and I just want very specific answers, and that's it. And we're just going to keep it simple. And it will be the most informative, to the point interview he's probably ever done in his life. Because I'll cut people off. I mean, it's like, look, okay, this is good shit, and that's cool, but you've already answered a lot of this stuff in a lot of other videos. Let's stick to the facts, and let's just I want to know, how is Cardano going to make me money? I already know about the technology. I already know what the plans are to an extent. I want to get more specific on some of these plans, time frames, partnerships that are coming to the table. I want to know more about that stuff. That's what I want to know. So anyway, Cardano, I didn't even finish what I was talking about with Cardano. But anyway, basically, if you get it now, so now it's at 38 cents. It was at 39 just a few minutes ago when I finished my little chart here. And I didn't even bother making a pretty chart because every time I do, I screw them up. But you're looking at a 3.2x return right now. So if you were to get into Cardano right now, you're looking at a 3.2x. I'm going to tell you guys right now, my number one coin, I'm like pissed. I'm like pissed about it, honestly. Anyway, number two. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so that is number two. Number two pick is Cardano. That's right, because IOTA and Cardano I had mixed up on my chart. Number one is Ripple. This shit-ass coin doesn't even belong in crypto space. It was at a high of $3.81, and it's down to 88 cents. You're looking at over a 4.2x return, and if it happens to go back. But this is what I don't like about it, and I almost didn't even pick Ripple because it got so pumped so hard, so fast, and it didn't take long for this to crash down. And so even though, but because I know who controls it, I'm sure it'll probably go back up because I understand the whole meaning, the whole purpose of it. It's going to be pushed. It's going to be driven back uphill, by everybody that wants this to succeed. And, let's face it, man, when you've got everybody talking, Ripple this, Ripple that, I bought Ripple, and then now it's worth it. You hear all this shit. This is a big coin for newbies. And because you can just basically log into CoinBase and buy Ripple. And you can buy Ethereum too. And I deleted Ethereum off of this list because, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're so expensive that I don't really think it's helping anybody to add them in my top 5 list. Everybody knows about those coins and what's expected of them. But Ripple, unfortunately, ended up my number one block. If I were to, I will say this, a year from now, 2 years from now, where would I much rather have my money instead of Ripple? Cardano. Absolutely. Because, especially listening to Charles Hopkinson's interview recently on Crypto Grinders channel, I got to say, man, like the plans, and this guy's going all over the world. He's meeting all these people, all these different countries, educating them on the blockchain and what Cardano is and what it does and the plans for the future and all of that. I'm more and more in love with Cardano as a cryptocurrency on a global scale than I am any other cryptocurrency on the market. And that's an absolute fact to me. That's a truth. That's keeping it real. Like whatever the hell you want to say. Like my truth is Cardano at some point in the future is going to take over a vast portion of the market share. Now, a couple other coins that I do believe in strongly, but they didn't make my top 5 list. First is Power Ledger. Power Ledger, I actually learned a very, very valuable lesson from. I bought it at ICO, went up, and then it started tanking. Right, let's see, where was it back here? Yeah, so this is probably, was that November? Yeah, so this is early on. So I bought it at ICO. I'm like, yay, 5 cents, right? Come up here, might even end up been down here. No, it hit like 20 something cents at one point, and then it started going down. I think it went down. Where'd it go? Because it was down much more than that. No, it was down in here somewhere. Well, anyway, it was up, and then it got back down to like 15 cents. There it is, bastard. Started going down, and I'm like, man, this thing's just not going anywhere. That's what happened. So it got up to like 23 cents, then it started going down, and then it hit like 15 after all this time. I'm like, man, this isn't going anywhere. Maybe I'll just go ahead and sell out and take profit. I'm a stupid bastard. That's all I can tell you. Got all the way up to a high of, where did I find it? $1.84. All the way up to $1.84. And I'm like, man. And it's like, I understood the technology. I got what it was doing, and it's still doing it. Like, people in Australia are in love with Power Ledger. It's solving all kinds of problems over there. Renewable energy and all this stuff. I don't know a whole lot about renewable energy or energy at all, to be quite frank with you. But I do know, like, from what I do know, Power Ledger is answering and solving a lot of problems. And, you know, you get it right now at 70 cents. If it goes back up, to $1.84 and you're able to buy in now at 70 cents, you're at 2.5 times return. I mean, that's pretty solid. And in Power Ledger, you know what? I'm going to have a little bit of my wine here. Just saw a new report today that a glass of wine is good for your brain. And my wife went out and bought 2 bottles for this evening. All right, so I don't even know how long this video is. Some of you guys are probably complaining. Electroni. Bought this at ICO at 1 penny. 1 penny. That's the kind of coin I'm talking about. Because this thing can do anything it wants to, and I'm making money. It doesn't really matter. But there's plenty of opportunity, because if you buy, it's been as high as 19 cents. That's a 20 times return if you bought it at ICO. For those of you not keeping track, right now it's at 7 cents and it's starting to go up a little bit. I mean, I'm not any of this stuff going on right now. I don't really care. I want to see a strong, long uptrend. These little after watching 20 billion, 30 billion go in and then come right back out, I'm like, whatever. I don't even give a shit. People get excited, like, oh my God, it's coming back. I'm like, whatever. It'll come back when it's up, like everything's up 50% over the course of the next month or two. Anyway, buying in now, if it goes back to its all-time high of 19 cents, you're looking at a 2.7x return. So, look, guys, I mean, while a lot of people are running with their tail between their legs, freaking out because of this whole big crash, and there's all this FUD and bullshit and just all this nastiness going on, it's almost like it's like a reset. I mean, between the regulations all over the country, the new laws, the taxation, the futures market and all their bullshit FUD, just all these contributing factors just pushing the market down. And they're doing this on purpose because they know that so much of the money that's come into the market recently are sensitive, because they don't get it. You don't understand what's going on. And so the first instinct you have is to panic sell. And that's what this has happened. That's what's been going on. Everybody panic selling. You know, like I did, like yesterday, I talked about how I was selling some Bitcoin to improve my position. And then some people are like, how are you going to crow your coins if you're selling your Bitcoin? So pitiful, so pathetic. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, it's my Bitcoin. I'll do what I want. But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, you know what? Sure. Okay. Like, I expected to go up. All I was really trying to do is improve my position. And had I not just went ahead and bought back in, I mean, I would have improved my position by about $1,400 if I were to buy back in right now, or buy back in like this morning. So that's all I was trying to do. And like, no, I don't do that with all my altcoins. I've got like 60 freaking, I mean, my alt portfolio is long. I don't want to go into all of it, but that's my alt portfolio. Let me see. I don't even know if you can see it. Hold on. Yeah, this is my alt portfolio. It's long as shit. I'm not selling any of that. And, I'm holding on to it. I crow my coins. I do what I'm saying. But, yeah, when it comes to Bitcoin, I look at Bitcoin as more of a utility than anything else. You can't really buy shit with it because it's so expensive until all this Lightning Network stuff is going, and it's cheaper to send Bitcoin. So, look, and if you've got a big fat budget and you don't want to mess with shit else, just buy Ethereum. I mean, I'm not telling you to buy Ethereum. Okay, I'm just saying I would probably buy Ethereum. But if I had, let's just say hypothetically, I had, I don't know, a grand, 10 grand, whatever. And I just wanted to sit on it, and I wanted to make some good returns over the next year, 2 years. I'd probably just buy Cardano and leave it at that, or even Neo for that matter. Neo's not on my list because it just really hasn't tanked as bad as everything else. I mean, it's been holding pretty firm. Why do I think it's been holding a much better? Because it's proof of stake, which is exactly what Cardano's gonna be, because proof of stake coins basically multiply. You know, Neo creates gas. So all the wallets that Neo's sitting on right now is creating gas. And every time you get one full gas, you've basically made like $50, $46. So Neo is actually kind of a money printer. And Cardano, when their proof of stake launches with the Borealis, yeah, I think they're calling Borealis. For whatever reason, I'm drawing a stupid blank. But then that's ultimately the proof of stake system, the proof of stake platform Cardano is going to use. If you guys not figured out yet that I'm so all about Cardano that I'm just sick of hurrying up and waiting, like I just want this to come together so that I can buy more. I really want to get to 50,000 Cardano. I really, really do. I doubt I'm going to, but we'll see. I do want to get to 50,000 Cardano. So on that note, I just wanted to give you guys something to watch tonight and just say hi to everybody. I thought about making this a live video, but I don't know. I don't think you guys don't want to hang out with me tonight. I'm like a little grumpy. So on that note, look, have a great weekend. Got some big stuff coming up next week, and crow your coins and don't freak out. Stop freaking out. Stop panic selling. Good evening.